In a world drowning in injustice, war, and moral collapse, one figure is awaited by over 1 billion believers. Imam Mahdi, R.A. His name echoes through centuries of prophecy. He is not a myth nor a symbol, but a promised leader who will rise when hope seems lost. As nations fall into chaos and falsehood dominates the earth, signs from the Hadith are unfolding before our eyes. The collapse of empires, the betrayal of truth, the death of kings, the rise of deception. From the heart of Madinah to the sacred grounds of Makkah, his emergence will shake the world. This is the real story, based on authentic Islamic texts, not fiction, not fantasy. Stay with us as we uncover what lies ahead. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon, because this may be the most important story you'll ever hear. The world is heading toward a storm. Economies crumble, lies rise as truth is silenced, and human suffering increases every passing day. But for those who hold faith, there is a beacon of hope buried deep in the prophecies of Islam, a man who will rise not by power, but by destiny. Imam Mahdi, the guided one, his arrival is not a superstition. It is rooted in the sacred words of the Prophet Muhammad and foretold in dozens of authentic Hadiths across the most respected books of The Prophet once said, even if there remains only one day before the end of the world, Allah will prolong that day until He sends a man from my family whose name will be the same as mine and whose father's name the same as my father's. Sunan Abu Dawud, his name will be Muhammad ibn Abdullah, and he will descend from the lineage of Fatima R.A., the beloved daughter of the Prophet. But he will not emerge in glory or power. In fact, he will avoid the spotlight. He will live a quiet life, unknown, unseen, until the world is ready, or more accurately, when the world becomes unbearable. The Qur'an, though it does not mention Imam Mahdi by name, lays the groundwork for the concept of righteous leadership. Allah says, and we have already written in the Zabur, Psalms, after the reminder that the earth will be inherited by my righteous servants. Surah Al-Anbiya 21-105. This verse is seen by many scholars as part of the larger promise that truth will not die, that Allah will raise among people those who will protect His religion and establish justice on earth. So what will the world look like before His appearance? Darkness. Deep, relentless darkness. The Prophet described a world filled with oppression and corruption. Tyrants will rise. Oppression will dominate Muslim lands. A caliph will die, and 3 sons of kings will fight over the throne in Arabia. The Kaaba will become the center of a conflict. Natural disasters will increase, earthquakes will strike, factions will fight among the Ummah, evil will be seen as good, and good as evil, and then in the city of Madinah, a man will begin to flee. This man, Imam Mahdi, will escape to Makkah, trying to hide from attention, seeking refuge. But the believers, recognizing the signs, will find him. They will beg him to accept leadership, and when he refuses, they will force allegiance upon him between the Black Stone and the Maqam Ibrahim. A scene predicted by the Prophet himself more than 1400 years ago. From the east, powerful armies of righteous men will come to support him. Banners of black moving swiftly toward the Mahdi, as foretold in the Hadith. When you see the black flags coming from Khorasan, go to them, even if you have to crawl over ice, because among them is the Khalifa, the Mahdi. Ibn Majah. He will not be a political figure, he will not be a rebel. He will be a reformer, a man of truth, whose heart is filled with mercy and courage. Under his leadership, Islam will rise again, not through violence, but through divine justice. His presence will terrify tyrants, challenge fake scholars, and unite the fragmented hearts of the believers. But this is only the beginning. Because what follows after his appearance is the greatest chapter in the final story of humanity, the rise of Dajjal, the descent of Isa, and the final battle between light and darkness. But for now, the world waits. And the signs are unfolding. Stay with us as we uncover the next chapter. And if you're finding truth in these words, like, subscribe, and share this message, because the time of silence is over. And the world must know what's coming. Asterisk, as the Mahdi rises from the shadows of Makkah, the world begins to tremble. No longer is he the unknown man of Madinah. Now he is the standard-bearer of truth, standing between an exhausted ummah and the chaos tearing the earth apart. His leadership is not of his own ambition, but of divine will. People will flock to him from Arabia to the east, pledging allegiance not to a king, but to a servant of Allah, under his command. Islam will rise from the ashes, not with vengeance, but with justice, wisdom, and mercy. The Prophet Muhammad foretold in numerous authentic hadith that Imam Mahdi will rule for 7 to 9 years, and during this time he will fill the earth with justice and equity, just as it had been filled with oppression. He will restore broken lands, unite scattered hearts, and return Islam to its original strength. But peace is not easily won. A powerful enemy will gather, a massive alliance. From the West, often interpreted by scholars as Rome or modern superpowers. The Hadith calls it the Romans, but their identity is less important than their role. They will march under false banners, preparing for war in a place called Amak or Dabiq, near modern-day Syria. The Prophet said, "Greater than you will make a treaty of peace with the Romans and fight together against a common enemy. But they will later betray you, and a massive battle will ensue." Sunan Abu Dawud, the Mahdi will lead the Muslims into a confrontation that becomes one of the greatest battles in human history, a Malhama or Armageddon. In this war, 1/3 of the Muslim army will flee, 1/3 will be martyred, and 1/3, the most steadfast, will achieve victory. This third group, promised Jannah, will be those standing behind the Mahdi. The earth will shake. Blood will flow, but the flag of Islam will stand tall. However, the ultimate test is yet to come, a storm that no army can defeat through weapons alone. The Dajjal, or Antichrist. Dajjal will rise from the east, with one eye blind and a hellish deception in his speech. He will perform false miracles, claim divinity, and fool even the educated. He will move swiftly across the globe, spreading fitna like never before. The Mahdi will stand against him, but the power of the Dajjal is unmatched, because he is the greatest trial this ummah will ever face. But Allah will not leave his believers alone. At the darkest hour, when the Mahdi and his followers prepare for the final confrontation, Jesus, Isa as, will descend from the heavens, near the white minaret of Damascus, wearing 2 garments dyed in saffron, his hands resting on the wings of 2 angels. The Prophet said, "Greater than he, Isa, will descend and kill the Dajjal at the gate of Ludd. Sahih Muslim. Jesus will lead the charge, not with a sword, but with the truth. The Dajjal will melt at his breath and be destroyed. Peace will be restored. The world will witness what was once thought impossible, the unity of Isa and the Mahdi, side by side, restoring faith and justice across the earth. After the Dajjal's death, Jesus will take command, and Imam Mahdi will step back, having fulfilled his mission. He will soon pass away, and as some narrations suggest, be buried in Madinah. His legacy will live on as the final revival of Islam before the world nears its end. Dear viewers, we are not speaking about fiction. This is prophecy, reality waiting to unfold. The signs are already upon us. But the Mahdi's story is not just about his arrival, it's a test for each of us. Will we recognize the truth when it appears? Will we stand with justice when the world is filled with lies? Asterisk, if this message resonates with your heart, then don't stay silent. Like, share, and most importantly, subscribe to this channel for more truth-based Islamic history and end-time revelations. You won't want to miss what comes next. Asterisk.